when we're talking about flooding, I can't help but think about something I saw this past week, and this is the pumps, the Delta pumps that should have been built long ago, but have not been built. Last week, Congressman Bennie Thompson hosted a, quote, listening session with Delta residents regarding the pumps project. I saw this headline and had to do a double take. It's so frustrating. The Delta residents do not need listening sessions. They need him to use his power and influence, which he has in the White House, to actually get this project across the finish line. And I know he could do that because I literally worked with an extensive group of engineers and legal experts and all the folks that go into assessing the pumps project. I worked with them and teed up on a silver platter for this administration to complete that project. It was ready to go. We had done the work. Our Region 4 administrator had made her way out to the Delta and met with the residents who were dealing with the consequences of this long-standing inaction that continues to plague that community today. And it was months into the Biden administration when this project was literally teed up to be completed. I personally worked on it. I know it was legally sound. The funding was there. All that had to be done was for it to complete its bureaucratic review, and we had worked with a team of people in there to actually get it done. Congressman Bennie Thompson sent a letter to the White House, not using his relationships and his power of influence over this administration of his own party to get the project done and give the residents what they actually need. He used it to stop the project. The letter, this is a quote from the letter. He wrote to the White House in 2020, Congressman Bennie Thompson, I'm requesting they investigate the agencies, that's the EPA, handling of the project during the Trump administration. Well, I was a part of that project. I handled it. There's nothing nefarious to investigate. The only thing that needs to be done is for a final review so the project can get done and these people can go about living their lives without having to be concerned with massive flooding caused by the Army Corps' inability to complete a long-standing flood control project. The entirety of the project has been completed except for pulling the plug in the bathtub, which is the pumps project that we actually need in this part of the Delta. So I had to do a double take when I saw that Congressman Bennie Thompson was hosting a listening session with the people of which his own actions stopped the project that they need to actually get done. He's holding a listening session about this project, which purportedly he's pretending like there's nothing he can do. There is something he can do. He can use his power and influence to get them what they need. And why the double take? Why is he just now having this listening session? Well, there is a midterm election coming up in this November, and this pumps project is very sensitive to the voters he supposedly represents. So he's changing course for political gain to pretend like he cares about completing a project that was literally teed up on a silver platter for this administration, the Biden administration, to finish, but he himself stopped. This is politics at its worst, folks. Absolute worst. And the people who suffer the consequences are the farmers and the men and women who have been the heart and soul of that community, suffering from inaction, from a bureaucracy and politicians that will say one thing on the ground and then ignore their interests as soon as they get to Washington, D.C. My blood pressure has gone up significantly, but this is absurd because this project should have been done long ago. And politicians having listening sessions is the last thing the people of the Delta need. They need to finish the project, and it can be done, and it is ready to go.